Richard Madden existing is a thirst trap. Is that a genre of music or a thirst trap? I'm going to take it as a good thing.
There's a lot of moisture in there. That's why it wets the finger.
Your crack is nice and moist.
Paul said that. Paul said that.
Oh my God.
How do you get your head into that? Because when the characters aren't... Whiskey, that'll do it.
That's how I get my head in. No.
It is. I know it is. I know it is. It's so true. You're like, you're just going to take your clothes off in front of all these people, be really intimate within a very troubled mind space. You're like, I need someone to get me through this.
Great. All right, ready? Oh, wonderful. You look beautiful. Cinderella, but she's got nothing on you.
And then I rushed to get on the last flight back to London. And I remember being on this flight back to London, covered in fake blood, exhausted, and just sobbing very loudly on the plane. And people looking at me quite strangely, because it looks like I just murdered someone and got on a flight, which in fact I hadn't. I'd been murdered. What's the secret to success? Oh, I just don't know.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, and it's not, well, I think we get on really well as actors, and actually when you start doing a scene like that, it kind of everything else you forget about, and you are just trying to control the horses, and there's a bit of you that's trying to...
Did you say horses?
The horses. The horses. Not horses. I'm not 7 years old. The horses. It's my accent. This is it. I'm in New York. No one understands my accent.
What are your expectations? Because everybody's are very high.
Mine are really high as well. Yeah. I mean, Taron Egerton is outstanding. I can't wait for people to see it. I think Dexter Fletcher's in his element directing this, and it's going to be different and colourful and moving and exciting and fun.
Bodyguard is brilliant, thank you very much, Roxanne Rees. I honestly have no idea what the hell is going on, and I'm usually the best detective there is. I don't know if not knowing what's going on makes something brilliant, but if it does, then, you know, my life's brilliant.
Now, when the show was nominated, when you were nominated, of course you're like, okay, there's a chance. You're feeling good about this, but did you have any idea you'd be standing on that stage tonight accepting this award?
Absolutely no idea at all. I was blown away that I was even nominated. I thought they'd made a mistake. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really blown away. Yeah. This is all a bit surreal.
When they said your name, they said, and this is his first nomination. Yeah. It was just like...
I've never been to the Globes before.
Right? This is the way to do it. This is the way. Tell me what was going through your mind. You're walking up on that stage.
Just action stuff, which was typically him taking the piss out of me and trying to make me laugh before the takes, which is really mature. Considering my character doesn't smile. Ever. We know this. Don't fart or make me laugh or make fart sounds.
His fart sounds, that's his one thing. He'll always go...
That's what he likes to do. So that's what's going on in between takes. When it comes to accents...
Yes.
Are people stopping you, by the way, in the street these days now, too? You must get a lot of people coming up to you.
No.
No? No. Okay. After this. This is a huge project. This is the...
Prince Charming's costume was quite constraining as well, wasn't it?
You look good, too.
Thanks. Yeah, it was very constraining in ways I'd not imagined.
Because it's it was a Disney thing, wasn't it?
It was a Disney thing. And it's kind of... here we go. It's Disney, and I'm in skin-tight, quite thin white trousers, or maybe some people would say leggings. I don't like to use that word. And they can be very revealing. So we've spent a couple of days trying out different... trying out different jock straps. I feel just so dirty even saying the story. And a couple of days trying out, and then once standing with, it's Sir Kenneth Branagh and Sandy Powell, this Oscar-winning costume designer, and trying on these things, and everyone's just kind of looking at you to see what they can and can't see under the lights. and we tried out the latest one, which was just basically a corset for men. It was really, really tight. And we tried it, and they're going, yes, oh, this works, great, and chatting amongst themselves. And then they turned away, and then Sandy turned to me, and I was like, tears welling in eyes, going, I'm going to be sick, please. And I had to run in and take it off, and that one didn't get used.
No, but in the publicity, like...
Richard Madden, welcome to the IMDb show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Let's break it down for anyone that hasn't seen the show yet. What is Bodyguard all about?
So, I play Whitney Houston.
Well, excuse me if I don't faint.
And I'm kidding. It's not a remake of the film, it's a different thing.
Yeah, Rich, I understand you were crying on the flight home after the day's shoot. Is that true?
Yeah, I cried quite a lot, actually. I had a good cry on set with a few other people, and then I got. It was the rap party that night, actually, wasn't it? And I just got straight on the plane. I didn't want to be there really, and did just sit and cry all the way home beside rows of people looking at me as if I was crazy and ordering multiple drinks on a 1-hour flight.
All right, there
Can
we
you
go.
give us a Bond, James Bond?
Absolutely not. That'll be turned into a GIF that will never leave the internet. So that's good.
All right, fair enough. As you can appreciate.
Give me one more. Last one. What's for you, no go by you. What's for you, no go by you.
What's for you?
Will not go by you. What's
What's that?
for you will not go by you.
But how do you say it?
What's for you, no go by you.
Okay.
It's just all vowel sounds, and it was lost in consonants.
So beautiful.
You recording?
Ladies and gentlemen.
She just that cure.
Don't move.
If it means anything, the other three. How are you?
That was incredible.
I can't compete.
I'm sorry, Richard.
But I was so excited to see the Prince and Jenna Coleman, but Jenna Coleman a bit more, because I love Doctor Who so much. But of course the Prince was there, and I had to get a kiss, and he had to put on the glass slipper. Just what a night.
A cheeky Nando's. A cheeky Nando's. I don't know, I'm trying to think of something witty. I don't think I'm going to find it.
Hold me closer, cheeky Nando's.
Yeah, love that. I'm glad you got there. I was floundering.
Back to your butt. Are your parents happy about seeing the butt? Or?
No, they're never happy about the butt, and I've made a few mistakes in my time, which is neglecting to tell my mother that there's going to be a sex scene in a show, and get a kind of hysterical phone call of, "You must tell me and your father. I was watching it at the time, I had a cup of tea, I nearly spilled it." And now she covers her eyes.
Yeah, it would be awkward to see that.
Yeah, it's not fun for her.
Yeah.
How was it for the two of you working together?
I love Richard Madden.
I love Gillian.
He's one of my favorite people that I've ever worked with, ever. And I didn't know him at all, and he showed up on set, and we shot our first scene very quickly after meeting. And I was just so taken with what a tremendous actor he is, what an amazing scene partner he is, and it was just truly a delight. And I wish he was in the film more.
Oh, thank you very, very much. I'll give you that money later. The first couple of night shoots we did, where you would over eagerly eat, and then it was shut down the set for a while Lily's like, "Oh God, get it off," because the food's like here and it just can't go down.
He doesn't really loosen it at lunch because he's the one that has to bear the.
What was it like doing a show where you slept with your boss?
It was strange.
Oh my gosh, I can hardly breathe. We just did both dances in a row, really unfit. And I'm in this corset, so it's really hard to breathe. And it's so big and long, as you can see. So I think I just fell in love with Richard. This is a lot,
I think
isn't
you've
it?
given me Joan's book. All right, okay, sorry.
Okay, here we go.
I don't want to say this.
Too late now.
Just realised Sansa must have commissioned the statue of Caitlin to be made in the crypt, because it wouldn't have been made when the Boltons had Winterfell, and that makes me emotional. We love a mother and daughter who love one another. Interesting, because I think Sansa's just got other things to be doing than commissioning statues, but whatever.
We'd only met twice, briefly, before we shot that scene. And we didn't have a screen test together or anything.
You didn't even have a screen test yet, so this is like raw, natural energy that we're seeing on screen.
Yeah. I mean, I was so excited when I found out that it was Richard. Ken emailed me and said, we've cast your Prince Charming and it's Richard Madden, and I was thrilled.
She thought I was someone else.
But tell me, so what is that day like? Because You would think you'd have to.
Swearing.
Sarcasm. Blue Peter. Irony.
I think they've caught up with their drinking habits, so I'm happy. And the story lends itself to that element of insecurity that comes with a new relationship. You kind of really like someone, but you don't quite know if they like you back, and it's something that's really exciting to play, and it's so brilliant to play with Lily.
He's so in the moment, and he's very easy to fall in love with.